Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and welcome back to Black American Lineage. Thank you for your support. Thank you for continuing to come back to this channel. And y'all, this just blew my mind. I had never heard of this before. I had never heard of this man before. The hits just keep on coming. This man, Charles Fredrick Page, invented the airplane before the Wright Brothers. And I'm going to put a link to the video in the description box where his grandson is telling the story, because he can tell it better than I can. And I'm going to give you the video, and I am going to put a link to the video in the description box or the comment section. His grandson says he applied for a patent in 1906, got it, and that is his proof of invention. And now his grandfather is being recognized by scientists and inventors. This is a diagram of what the flying machine looked like, and it says loss of flying machine dash possibility of fame. Now, what do we always say about black inventors on this channel? That their intellectual property is what? Stolen. Black American inventor Charles F. Page. The overlooked history of early aviation pioneer. Charles Fredrick Page, born into slavery in 1864, was an incredible African American who defied the odds. Despite his challenging circumstances, he taught himself to read and write. But his achievements go far beyond literacy. Now, when they say his challenging circumstances, that means that it was against the law for an enslaved person to learn how to read and write. So that's what it means when he said he defied the odds, okay? Page holds the distinction of being the original inventor of the airplane. Remarkably, he was awarded the first patent on the airplane in American history, even before the Wright brothers took flight. His groundbreaking work deserves recognition and celebration. In 1898, Charles Fredrick Page decided to create an airplane, making him the first black man to hold a patent for an airplane. His story is one of resilience, determination, and innovation. We honor his legacy and acknowledge that he is another one of the great African American inventors who nobody really knows where they got these gifts. These are God-given gifts that these men and women had even during the slavery days, that they could come out of slavery and invent something so extraordinary that the world wouldn't believe that they could do it. As told to Mike Wynn by his grandson, Joseph Page, in 1904, Charles Fredrick Page decided to use his life savings to build a full-scale model of the airplane and ship it to the Louisiana Purchase Exposition in St. Louis. The exposition was also known as the St. Louis World's Fair. That's a well-known World's Fair. Everybody coming out of slavery talked about that World's Fair. At the exposition, they had a contest, an aeronautical contest, with the winning prize being $100,000, which is almost $1 million today. Page was going to ship his working model and go by train to the fair and fly it and maybe, just maybe, win the contest and be the chapter in our history books today, which he actually is. But something went wrong and the plane never made it to the exposition. I don't know whether it got lost or somebody stole it or whatever, said Joseph P. Page, the grandson. His model was stolen or destroyed, maybe possibly due to the fact that he was an African American. We'll never know, said Wynn. This devastated him and bankrupted Mr. Page, and he basically gave up on his idea. He was a leading citizen and just an incredible man, said Wynn. Yet he was the first man to receive a patent definitely the first African American to ever receive a patent for an airplane. He was a timberman, he farmed, said his grandson. He did a lot of things in the community. His grandfather fostered ideas and started businesses for African American people, said his grandson. It's ironic if you think about that. In the early 1900s, and we're still trying to do that today, he said. Those were some of the ideas he had, but the model airship that he designed and built was the only invention that I'm aware of that he attempted. He died a little over a year before I was born. And I will put the link to the video. It is my pleasure to discover this kind of information. Remember, Bessie Coleman was the first woman to fly an airplane. They always say that, well, it was some white woman that had flown a plane, but, nobody knew about this white woman until this information came out about Bessie Coleman. And now we hear about Charles Fredrick Page. So this is really exciting news, and I will remember to put the link in the comment section so you can go back and listen to what his grandson had to say. I hope you enjoy the video and have a wonderful evening.